There are more people worshipping sheep testicles and shrunken heads than people interested in vintage synths. My last video on this channel stirred up a lot of heat, where I said that Beringer has killed the vintage synth market for good. And a lot of people watching, they actually commented on the video title alone. They never actually watched the video. I have close to 1,400 comments on this video by now, and when you're commenting on a video based on the video title alone, that's pretty stupid, and some of you guys watching are stupid. Some of you thought that I was bashing Beringer, when in fact I was praising Beringer for their willingness to let people in on the vintage synth experience for a fraction of the price. However, a lot of you guys were watching the video, and some of you think that I'm sponsored by Beringer now, that I'm praising Beringer because it's something in it for me. I don't think Beringer knows who I am, really. I don't have any of their synths in the studio, nor do I have any plans to buy any. So I'm not sponsored by Beringer in any way. And the other thing I noticed when reading the comments to this last video is that when someone's belief system collapses, they really don't know what to do or how to behave. So there's been a lot of vicious comments on this last video aimed at me personally, because I now claim that software emulations of synths sounds exactly the same as the hardware counterparts, and I stand by that. And I didn't say that a couple of years ago, but plugins have come very far now, and what I said a few years ago is no longer the truth. Vintage synths are now so overpriced, and they offer so little in terms of sound compared to the VST emulations you can get for a fraction of the price, even free sometimes, that there's no reason to buy any hardware vintage synth for the sound alone. And this is where a lot of people really got upset and started claiming that I'm having some sort of crisis in my life and what's happened to Espen. Nothing's happened to Espen. I've just realized that I'm in it for the music more than for the synth itself. And while I admit that my channel at first was more of a vintage synth porn channel, that brought in a lot of subscribers and a lot of views, and that is where the world crashes down on a lot of people. They don't want me to change. They don't need me to change. They want my channel to stay exactly as it's always been. And sorry guys, this is not going to happen. It's the same thing that's happened to artists for years. If you have a winning formula and you try to change it because you want to do something else, your old fans will be outraged, and they'll try to force you back into a format, and if you don't comply, they're going to throw their tantrums at you, calling you names, and some will leave, and others will appear. So there's nothing new in that. This is just human psyche. People want to have what they've always had, and change is a bad thing. I'm no longer concerned with making vintage synth porn. I want to make music, and I want to focus on the music itself. You know, people interested in vintage synths, we are a pool of piss ants in the world. There are more people worshipping sheep testicles and shrunken heads than people interested in vintage synths. Most people are interested in listening to music. Most musicians are interested in making music. So I go on, I make my music with vintage gear, with modern gear. I try to fill my days with creativity and inspiration. My channel's not going anywhere, it's not fading out, I'm not fading out. Hatred from some people will only feed me, it will make me stronger. I can't be broken down, I'm impervious, I'm indestructible, I'm the Superman. And most of all, I'm Espen Kraft, and you're not.